Oh, I see someone also playing this game. I saw in their tags they're Bisaya. Oh, so they're Filipino. Oh, I think they're super, super ahead of me in the game, but that's okay. I love that their hair is blue also. They look so different from my character. Well, let me listen to them, see if they're Hi, Waba. Oh, damn, I am late. That's okay. I'm glad that I got to see you. Let me give you a shout out. How you been, Waba? Everyone go check out Waba. Jack BA. Last time streamed some Esoteric Ebb. Check him out. I'm planning to raid out already. Hi, Tabs. Good night, Tabs. I'm planning to raid out, so I'm just looking for someone to raid. Let me just investigate here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between, it is me, myself, and I, yeah, boy. Whoa, that's the wrong way. You one, yet only, yeah, boy, Wabba Jackie. And how are we all doing this fine evening, as they say? Because I say, I'm doing a lot better. I was quite sick for quite a while. Quite a while? Quite a while? A while? But I have to say, I'm feeling a lot better now. And that is very nice because I don't like the feeling of being sick. No, sorry. No, I don't. But I have to say, my feelings is nobody wants to be sick. Because that is how life is. Now, let me also turn down the music. But we're gonna keep on going where we last left off. We were about to talk to the fisherman. Load file, I will say yes, that is the plan. Hidden dialogue choices.
Some dialogue choices are hidden if you do not have matched the requirements. But don't worry. In EBB, you're never supposed to have access to all paths in one go.
That indeed makes sense. And now, we're gonna talk to this Thanos oppressive landlord who was in Merfolk. A large merman sits by the sea.
Merman, a male merfolk, not to be confused with mermaid. Mermaid, half fish folk, not always female, but still called mermaid by humans, to the chagrin of their men.
Cleric, he says without acknowledging you further.
His voice is deep and bubbling.
What's what you're doing? Greetings, citizen. I am indeed the cleric. He doesn't take his dark blue eyes off the city horizon. Why are you disturbing me? I need information. Information is expensive, clerk. And as anything in Norvik, the merman looks at you with a pair of deep eyes. Talos is my call. You stand in my garden. Your call! You live here. Your call. My name, he
Enunciates.
enunciates slowly. Look around, is this all yours? Yes. I don't appreciate the city you visit my property without a heads up. I apologize. Good. But while you're just standing there, keep an eye on the second pole. You want me to fish with you? Yes. Be careful.
It says, we ain't got time, but maybe it could be useful.
Sit down. And that's the second pool. Look at it.
You keep your eyes peeled on the tip.
They come in waves. When it happens, it's quick. So we just wait here. Fishing is all about patience, clerk. You need to breathe and take a real long breath. And watch. A professional, eh? You work for the River Guilds? He raises a thick eyebrow and in your direction. No. So what do you do then? I operate
Facilities.
facilities, apartments, complexes mostly.
He appears uncomfortable.
Try not to mention it. Boom.
You repress the feeling. It is done. Tyrant. It was a good comment.
The merman grunts and continues. What's it like being... How often do you catch something here? There's days, not often. These days, not often. The river guilders have swept the area clean along with the increase of the gulls. But occasionally I get a big one. He leans in towards you and with a stern look on his face. Then that's dinner.
Tasty.
I'm very busy, clerk. Do you have time to sit and fish all day? However, in this particular moment, I do not have anywhere I need to be.
He's probably overestimating his workload.
He reaches forward and grabs the second pole, grabbing it from you with and continue to fish on his own. With a stern look, he nods and sends you on your way. You wouldn't happen to know any in the Fishers Guild, would you? He glares at you. No. It's just I was fished up by the river, then I brought into the lich house, so I just wanted to check up on the whole business. They did not bring you to Visken. I did. What? He stops and looks at you. Wait, really? He says nothing. Oh, he nods. So you fished me up. Yes. You were dead. That? Yes. So I brought you to the morgue as one should. Then you came here, alive. But that is your business. But I don't understand. I have nothing more to say about that. You should deal with it yourself.
Yes, you should. This means there was a resurrection.
A resurrection?
DC 9. Success Resurrection. The act of returning a dead person back to life. There are many spells that do this, from a weak Revivify to the legendary True Resurrection.
Revivify?
Revivify, a third-level necromancy spell. If used within 60 seconds of death and the body isn't too ruined, the target is brought back to life. Now you need to learn why.
So I'm a zombie?
Yes. In a spiritual sense.
I have some personal questions for you. What do you know about the tea shop? It burned down, yeah, I know that part. What else? The merman stands a while, then he mutters to you. You need to find out what happened if it is a Esoteric error with the fireplace. If it happens to be more units in the area, I could be affected. I will personally hold the Major Darrow responsible for it if it does. I don't think it wasn't just an Esoteric error. Find out for sure. Do your job. I spoke with Miska on the topic. We both agree you must figure out what happened, cleric. Make sure it does not happen again. You don't order me around. Well, is he pretty... Well, see, it's pretty complicated. He grunts. Do you have any questions for me? No. Nothing at all? I do not have anything like that, no. So nothing, huh? Nothing. He patience Thank you so much.
He's patient, very much so. Like a father handling his slightly too old for these types of questions son.
Expects, yes. My tenants have reported a strange light around the pillar roads. With the tea shop, I do not want to take any chances. Take a look for me. Your tenants, the merman grumps something. If it has anything to do with the tea shop, or if it is a ghost, or it has escort events. It was reported to spotted in the late hours, sometime after midnight on the roads, down on the fields and the pillar roads. I have no resources to pay, but if you wish to do your duty, make sure my tenants are not disturbed by such nonsense again. A quest accepted. Not a quest. No. Quests require payment. This is if you do it entirely pro bono. A merman grumps again. That's all for now. Thanks, you citizen. Oh, wait a second. I have a personal question for you. No. Okay, good. Nah. The Great Purge of Norvik. A wooden board with a faintly glowing letters in them. Floating just an inch off the surface, the name of several locations spelled out.
A common type of magic or ink eye creates permanent messages on any surface, until dispelled, of course. This appears to be the more advanced kind, with a magic mouth-like ability. It can react to your commands and reshape temporarily.
Seems only painted into blank. Which way is their house?
The words reshape for a moment into up the temple slope and the golden stairs. Ancestral home of the Darrows, one of the most influential noble families in Norvik.
Which way is the Toadstool Center?
Up the temple slope and through Toll's route. You do not have time to take a stroll around the entirety of Tollstad. Focus.
Which way is the Pillar Roads?
Down the temple steps.
Which way is to Toadstool Fields?
Down the temple steps, across the circle square. The southernmost tip of Tollstad, where the dwarves build their fortifications.
Mm-hmm.
The local park.
Which way is the Latimer Vale?
Down the temple steps, across the circle square, through the garden tunnel, over the pillar crossing. Takes a while to get there. Most commuters take one of the wood bridges. The painted letters on the plank do not reshape into a guided message. If it had magical properties as well, it would say downstairs, over grass, into tunnel, glory to Sageleaf. Probably.
Downstairs, over grass, into the tunnel. Alright. Lies, I tell you! I want to know my people well. Boom! A girl. Oh, you know what's evil? I'm not gonna read that all good end.
A girl born from an Asgulist wave in an Asgul household, come from a fallen Asgul state. She is an Asgulist, dangerously shy. She needs good friends and better mentors. That is not you, by the way.
You talk about not me.
She has a bright future ahead of her, no matter the path she ends up pushed along into. Alas, her agency is nowhere to be found. Not that she is looking for it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Where is she? The dwarven girl glances around to the halfway, pitch before Iceland's on you. She says nothing while just staring at you, not really reacting to her face. Hi, I'm the cleric. She looks around clearly nervous.
You're worrying her. By your presence alone. Potentially by something else as well.
I'm waiting for a friend, but she hasn't showed up yet. I'm getting married. I can help with that. Get excited and potential, yet a very minor quest. Oh, okay. She fidgeting with her hands while clearing her throat.
This girl is neurotic and introverted. That's a mean way of phrasing it. But it is true. Her body language reveals all too much.
She has glasses. She wears a green coat. She's a Yemen, but not as much taller than me. We were supposed to meet up here, but she hasn't showed up yet. I will look for your friend with the glasses. Thanks. I don't spend much time in Toaster alone, so I'm a bit lost. So thanks. Oh.
The halfway bridge. It connects with the palace and the rest of southern Norvik.
handful of bikes, the station at the local wreck.
Bicycle, a form of transport built upon the strength of your own two legs. True men race through the city streets to find their destiny. Bicycle, a tool for the common man to reach distances efficiently and safely. An invaluable tool for an egalitarian society. Bicycle, bikes are nice. Bike racks are stationed in many places around the city, usually in locales with lots of stairs. There's a stillness here, an uncommon sight at the heart of the city. Not a lot of bikes. The usual commuters are probably too scared to head past the tea shop.
This particular bike is yours. Check the chain lock. You lean in and take a closer look. The rusty chain has been brittle but warped, so out around the tire must have been annoying to get it even off, even if you had the key.
Why would you wrap it like that? You should take better care of this magnificent bike. Good. No one will take your bike. Not even you, apparently.
Wait, this is my bike?
Yes, you fool. Keep up. Sure is. Best way of travel in Norvik, except, of course, on this godforsaken island fortress.
Where's the key?
Not here. Did you lose it somewhere? Don't go wandering around looking for your key. It's just a bike. Don't say that. It's a wonderful bike. A manly bike. A rusty bike.
Could getting the key be a quest?
That does sound like a quest you would get. Find the missing key. The mystery of the bike key. Something like that would be perfect. No quest to be found here. Just sadness. Damn. The key is probably at the bottom of the river, along with the rest of your dignity.
Hold on, what exactly did I come to Tolstad?
On the 21st of March, evening. Then you fell. This is as far as you came. The hair at the back of your neck stands on end as you sense the sudden shift.
I stumbled over some stone railing.
Yes. No. An anti-city hate crime, if I ever saw one. You chained the bike. You stood up. Then pain. Yes.
On the ledge overlooking the garden, you spot a black cat. Calm as it can be, doesn't even care that you stomp next to it.
A proud beast. Treat it with respect, and it shall treat you the same.
Greetings, my Juby! The cat lifts its head up. The dark-eyed squint at you for a second, sniffs in the air, and then ignores you once again.
It knows more than it lets on. Wisdom comes from knowing when to act and when to not. This cat does not care for you in the slightest. Pet it or something. I don't know. If you wish to hold a proper conversation with this magnificent creature, you need to find the first level spell, Speak with Animals. Speak with Animals, a first level divination spell, grants you the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts. These conversations can be surprisingly insightful.
You reach towards the cat head and meets your palm and nuzzles up against it.
What a sense of divine validation. Such independence and arrogance. You should get a cat.
The person can't enjoy the pets. That is once again observing a person. Ah. Oh wait, this is in 15. That is cannibal.
Surprisingly content. Hard worker. Has a nested interest in the current regime. Devils used to be allowed into the city only on work visas, so he could have served for several decades.
Yeah, talking about decades, I'm gonna put on some lights because it's getting dark here. I have a sip of me drink. You raise your head towards the sky. Above you sit a tiny little grass creature with wings fluttering faithful in the wind.
He's just a little guy with wings, reading his little newspaper.
I'm gonna do something. Okay, you don't see this. That's good. There we go. It's just a little guy. Oh.
He's just a little guy with wings, reading his little newspaper. The fiend throws a quick glance your way. He's annoyed.
Staring at a piece of paper, he does not acknowledge your presence. What you're reading? He sighs as the feet more he slowly puts down his paper.
The paper is actually a torn-out page from a magazine. Magazine, a periodical publication generally containing short stories, adverts, investigative journalism, and or erotica.
I like the funny pictures.
I believe the fiend is being sarcastic.
I like the articles more. You can read. Congratulations.
He's mocking you. Horrifically snide remark. I like this devil already. Devil, lawful evil fiend. They are lawyers, soul traders, and either the most efficient type of leaders or the worst type of middle managers. Their numbers are dwindling as of late, but in Blood City Bay they still rule supreme.
We're going for a road trip, people!
Blood City Bay, the most populated city around the coast, built upon the corpse of Gorgorian the Great and Terrible. A sprawling mess of wooden walkways and buildings carved out of the calcified remains. Once famous for its fleet of airships deployed during the Coast War. Known as the origin of the Industrial Revolution, and while New the Zen has overtaken it as the leader in manufacturing, it still stands as one of the most industrious city-states. Industrial Revolution, a period of rapid technological, esoteric, and social change that began in Old Dominier between 270 and 340 AE. It marked the shift from agrarian, magic-based, and handcraft economies to industrialized and mechanized production. This transformation revolutionized manufacturing, transportation, and urban life, laying the foundation for the modern industrial world.
Wait, he says, leaning a good look at you. Haven't got a cleric? Hells yeah, you're doing yeah. I'm not allowed in those doors. Course you're allowed, just not often you guys are here. I, for one, am very happy for your presence. This place has gone downhill since the city let the goblins and the free striders run amok.
Oh no, the devil's a kiss ass.
We need some damn hard in this place.
Wise words.
So if you need any legal advice, just let me know. He gives you a tiny sharp smirk.
You should be aware of the fact that this is literally a devil. A good little devil. You can hear out any advice. Just don't listen to it blindly.
You hear about the tea shop? Yeah, of course, pretty hard to miss when flying past Toadstool. What's your take? It blew up, not sure what else you want to hear. Why do you think it blew up? Honestly, I haven't seen a blaster like that since the Coast Wars. And you didn't hear it from me, but...
The little fellow trusts you. He is your friend.
Scorch marks look like those from a fireball, but not the kind you get from trigger-happy pet fiends. You're talking high-leveled wizard stuff.
Fireball, a third-level evocation spell, causes fire to emerge at a given point, spreading within a 20-foot radius, filling up available space. Pit fiends are known to cast third-level fireballs at will.
Be careful, Clark. Powerful forces at work here. Thinking about it for a few more seconds makes it clear to me that's all big cover-up. Wouldn't be the first time a city-trained spellcaster goes a little off the hinge.
There is corruption in every system, even in the great city of Norvik.
Other than that, not to be self-incriminated or anything, but could it be a fiend or an elemental? I mean, a water lane has a shipment of Kargamesh every other month. Maybe a fire elemental slipped through. Who knows? I think I think it's a rogue spellcast. It's simple. It's the simplest answer. But I suggest having a chat with the owner of the tea shop who knows what feathers were ruffled. He gives you a ominous chuckle. What does the law have to say on resurrection? That's one hell of a question. He smirks for a while.
The imp's enjoying his pun before moving on. What a sociopath.
Resurrection aren't illegal, they are just not available anymore.
There are a handful of known divine resurrection spells. Since the death of Earth, there have been no documented instances of successful resurrections above third level.
What about lower level resurrection? Does the murder still count as a victim in... Does the murder still count if the victim is resurrected? He thinks about this question for a bit. There has been cases heard of a man stabbed in a bar fight, bled out, just in time for a drunk cleric to arrive, cast Revivify, and the bloke lived. The stabber ended up being charged with a major transgression of personal well-being. And that's not murder per se, but I'd argue it had more to do with the fellow barista making it clear the justification there was no killing incident. So not an incident, but a murder. Just a blow gone too far, but that'd be a hard sell to a victim wasn't briefing.
A complex scenario, something clerics often have to contend with.
But in most cases I say yes. So don't go around murdering folks and reviving them, cleric.
It would be a waste of a spell slot, yes.
This is. And evil. But also a bit funny. Very funny. Would be kind of funny, but don't. Are you legally considered alive after a resurrection? Yes, for all intents and purposes, you are alive, and death, on the other hand, would be verified different application.
Necromancy is not just on death, but all on death is necromancy.
And how is that defined? As long as necromancy is considered of divine origin and the soul it returned to a elf body, then it's considered a normal resurrection. If the origin is more black magic shit, as they say, if so some kind of corpse animation, then it would be considered a bodily sacrilege, and that a tier criminal offense. How top is it? Oh, it's up there. Does death absolve your crime? Now you're asking the real questions. But no, it does not. There's been actual laws signed in old kingdoms over this shit. He leans a little excited.
Oh, he's dancing for you. Keep it up and he'll love you to death.
So classic story, alright. A real bad guy caught murdering his neighbor's real sick shit. He executed after a quick trial just wins against everybody happy. But surprise, some holy man raises him up a couple of months later.
Death and rebirth. Holy man or foul necromancer. Two sides of the same coin.
In the situation, the bad guy did technically pay for his crime. His life was taken by the state just because someone gave it back to him doesn't change the fact, right? Well, people weren't too happy with that, and you can imagine. Thus, the common legal term of this capital punishment is dip.
Dip, death in perpetuity.
Stands for death in impurity. Kind of funny when you think about it. That makes total sense. It does. The city of Norway might be a bit of the bureaucrat mess at times, but believe me, a lawkeeper knows their shit. So to keep criminals dipped, most states tend to hide, lock them up, and simply burn the corpses and spread the ashes using non-resurrectable methods. So a proper dipped dead guy shouldn't be able to return without use of some miraculous 9-level spell, which obviously these days isn't too likely. And not available. Figure a cleric would know better than me, but he says he shrugs. Spells over 4th or 5th level are rarely seen these days. If you want to know more where I go, prayer.
Your god grants you magic. In his wisdom, he only grants higher power when needed. In your lifetime, it has not been needed a lot. After Earth died, it's been a bit hard for even the top-ranking clerics to manage higher-tier magic. At least, if you believe the rumors at the towers, which you should.
That's all I wanted to ask about resurrection. Anything else? Should I envision stock? What about alignments? Citizen not the leaves. Goblin wallet. A green face of blasted across the facing stairway wildly towards the flaming sky, and a dragon spreads across it. Or something like that.
Can you call this art?
What does this tell me about the state of Norvik?
Nothing really. That goblins are artists? All folks seek a belief. They have simply made one out of this supposed dragon lady. A coherent thought from the red one. Impressive. They should worship Earth instead. There we go. Back to insanity. They believe in their dragon queen. Such worship should be encouraged, if only it was for Earth instead. It represents a devotion, albeit in an asinine way. The coins stand for all the fat loot the dragon brought to her people. You could get behind that. The fire is the soul, a boundary between the real and the heartful.
You step forward and paint the painted stone and surface is smooth.
This is no cheap dwarven rock. This is Gate-era architecture, disguised among the rest.
You feel an artistic urge to communicate with these objects. Not now. Let's save. Tell me your secrets. Boo. Je focus valt in offense. This is something that's supposed to be doing well, because I'm supposed to have the freaking advantage. Boom! Intro 20! You sense a crack in the wall. It wasn't there before. Then you hear the voice, a faint, hoarse voice. Secrets and when spoken.
Oh, good. You're not crazy. Talking to walls now. Awesome. Chancy.
What is your name, Chanchi? That's a pretty name. Okay. What is it like being a wall? Nothing. Nothing good or nothing bad. Nothing in...
In isolation.
Nothing in isolation. What do you know about Norvik? Nothing. Do you know what Norvik is? No. Who built your wall? A god. Cool it in with the heresy. I'm devoted servant of Uruk and do not listen to any other gods. Which god?
I am Mestra. Never heard of that god. Sounds like a weak god to have been forgotten like that.
How old are you? 50 times... Eh? Okay, I can't read the last word.
15 Timelines.
How many years is that? How many years is that? 2000! Gate era could have been built by one of your beasts. Oh, sorry.
Gate era could have been built by one of Jor's beasts.
What is your political affiliation? Fear! Are you sure? Are you understanding the question? Yes! Alright then. Those are all the questions I have. Well, give it a pat. Okay! The crack disappears and quickly silence with the game. Then silence.
That was surely an esoteric event. Or else, you're turning mad. Nicest wall you've ever met.
Bow to the wall. Thank you for your time. Had a conversation with a goddamn wall. Yeah, the grassy lady is safe. The goblin chief and the toadstool. Go to her right away. So the golden garden adds south. Oh, I need to go down. Okay.
On the edge of the ruinous amphitheater orc sitting on one of the many you see in loosened stone blocks. It looks like she's waiting for something. Or someone. Orc, big brutes of devilish origin. They're rare in Norvik. Most of them can be found Feltire. In Feltire, a land of elven ruins with magically fertile lowlands in between. In its center sits Blood City Bay, the largest city on the coast, built out of the corpse, or rather just the head, of Gorgorian.
In the winning the air authority around her, the large woman gives you a warm smile. The tusk are gleaming.
Not just physically imposing, this orc knows how to exert power in other ways as well. You spot the merchant's mark on her jacket sleeve, a heart with the initials of the Norvikian Freestrider Regiment.
What's this? Not often we get Earth God around her. She presses a palm to you. Vera is my name. I am second in command guild agent of Toadstool. Nice to meet you.
Yes, the handsome orc lady wants you to say a name. Make sure she knows you are a cleric. Do not grab her hand. That's not what that is.
I am the clerk, actually. Apologize. Not Earth God clerk, I assume. The term was interchangeable. But I suppose you're not all, she says, wavering towards your outfit, hysterical attuned.
Not all Earthguard are spellcasters. Not all clerics are Earthguard, but all clerics are spellcasters. She accepts your annoying correction with a smile. Probably means she sees you as no threat at all. A mere puppy.
She shoots you another smile, waiting impatient for you to say something. I'm here on important business. What do you deal with the dwarves? I'd like to know more about you. Business, you say? She leans in and squints at you. Fascinating. Perhaps I can be of service, cleric, for your business. Tell me what you know about the tea shop. The tea shop that blew up, you say? She says, dramatically. Sounds like a magazine tale. There was an accident, the post mentioned it, a passing. Minor mishap, I believe it was overquoted. Although from what people tell me, it was quite an explosion. Quiet, you say? You weren't in the area? No, I'm afraid not. I was away at the time of the explosion to the northern wall.
North Wall, one of 5 districts in Norvik, known as the Industrial District for its many factories built along the river. This is where you live. Anyone who calls it the North Wall is probably not a local. Everyone who is cool calls it North Wall. Just North Wall. The sign of an outsider. She calls it the North Wall instead of just North Wall.
She looks inland. I did see the smoke. It was very clear there. What do you think was the cause of the earthquake?
If the city says it was an incident, then it is.
No comment. She raises an eyebrow. Hold on. Are you here to investigate the tea shop?
Don't answer that. She has no control over you.
But actually she holds out her hands. But actually she's holding out her hands. Nice weather we're having. Are you here for the tea shop? You look lovely today. Thank you. I'm here to investigate the tea shop. I'm here to do... business.
A master of speechcraft. You can do nothing.
Quick, sneak away before she can do anything about it. Ah,
Quick, sneak away before she can do anything about it. You glance to your back, carefully preparing to take the first step away from the conversation.
clerk! The voice says, startling you. No, do not stop. Oh.
No, don't stop. Damn it, her voice of reason is too strong.
The dog gives you a kind of look you would give a child after they start eating gravel. Let's ask me again, she says in a tone now slightly more tense. Are you investigating the tea shop? Yes, damn it. Interesting, to be honest. I'm sure the city would just ignore it. But they sent you.
Perhaps it was a secret? Should we have stoically avoided the question better?
It's sort of give it clear. Someone thinks that this is an escort mess. So I'd like to look into it. Why would the city avoid sending a representative? It blew up fireplace incidents. Bullshit, of course. Most likely a rogue spellcaster. Why would the city avoid sending a representative?
Duh, because of the...
Because of the election, of course. Look, Toast is a highly volatile district with lots of extremist ties. I believe the tea shop was actually a sort of lightning rod. So when the place likes to blow up, why would any faction spend resources investigating it?
might even seem like a blessing to some, to cleanse the city of its filthy holes.
Especially when those resources could be spent on trying to win this terrible, important election.
A sound reasoning.
Well, some might see this description I'd classify it more as a simple, boring, but until harmless bureaucrats. It means her eyes wander for a while and her brow froze. It's a term to describe whenever anything queer happens, whenever the cause would be regular spellcasting or something more esoteric. I'm sure you've noticed something you couldn't explain rationally, then would be esoteric. I'm sure you would be, all of people would know what it's considering. She mimics spellcast with her hand. She points you.
Mimic, horrifying shape-shifting monster, capable of copying the looks of any object it discovers, although with some size limitations, depending on the type. If you touch it, you'll get stuck and probably eaten.
You are sure you... Yeah, you sure are. And good luck, cleric. If there's anything the Ascani Reeds Trading Company can do to help you out, let me know. You can usually find me down in our HQ on Water Lane. She smiles in a way that completely breaks down your defenses. Looking forward to seeing you there.
A kind gesture with ill intent.
Where's the Goblin Chieftain? Lady Shifa, she just head downstairs. Good luck getting on, Justo.
By moving your head to the side and using your eyes to look south, you see a garden of some sort. You can see a goblin or two on the ramparts. Goblin, Forest Level 3 Rogue. This goblin gets shit done, no matter the odds. Highly competent, but with a craving of validation. Just look at the way he dresses himself.
Alright.
You find a goblin standing at the tip of Tolstad. His clothes are fit for a Reedsian trader, and his haircut is fit for an Ascanii nobleman, a superficial fellow. Behind him, a vast view of the mouth of River Torna. A little weasel.
Let me guess, you're the cleric. The cleric!
The cleric. Yes.
Yes, I am the cleric, that's me. He nods, looking tired and annoyed. I'm Snail Runner, a handler of the HVBT. Old lady's been waiting for you.
This old lady must be his chieftain, the matriarch of his tribe. Greet the goblin kindly. This is the beginning of a great cultural cooperation and exchange.
Nice to meet you, Schnell. Perform a traditional goblin salute.
You raise your arms up into the air, as one should when greeting an uncivilized tribal goblin.
What the fuck?
What the fuck are you doing?
Cleric, what are you doing? Lower your hands, I'm sorry. The goblin looks around, clearly struggling to fight her words.
Exasperated, more like.
Okay, right. Head down the garden, drown, but he waves his claw towards you. What all this? You looking like a human shit.
You've been floating around in the banks of the river. Your uniform shows it.
He's making a playful jab, don't worry.
He is making a playful jab. Don't worry about it. The Gaul. You should teach him a lesson.
What? I mean, You're covered in grime.
You're a man. Men are supposed to be covered in grime and gravel, at least 90% of the time.
I don't want to be dirty. Great, you can wash up once we're done here. Just dust yourself off. The dragon awaits, and trust me, you don't want to disappoint her. And tell me more about this lady. Sure, for starters, she is the most powerful woman in Norfolk. And consider there was an explosion yesterday right in the middle of her territory. I think it's about time you do your damn job, Turk.
Rude. You are on a holy mission. You cannot rush such things.
Is she spooky? Yeah, real scary insulter, and she budge your head off. Then she scorch your corpse to dust.
A jest, I'm sure.
Eliason crosses his arms. Ah, but seriously, she will fuck you up if you annoy her.
Not a jest.
Good, but just make it perfectly clear some ground rules. Don't say anything stupid. Don't climb the tree. Stay away from the edges and, a grand showing of his polished fangs. Enjoy the garden, cleric. The goblin scurries down the stairs. He seems to be in a hurry.
He is nervous. That makes you nervous. Tell her what she wants to hear, and you'll be fine. You look out over the river. The cold Ascanii wind seeps through the cracks of your helmet. Earth be blessed. He is always with you.
Follow him down the stairs.
You do so, with great stride.
Hmm. Thank you all. I do appreciate that. Ah, there's also someone I need to say hi to. Sorry for that, I was saying hello to our friends. That'll be enough, what, isn't it? Well, it is what it is. Let's go say hi to her first. Oh. Well, let's put it now on to a lady voice.
Goblin Forest.
Emma, or are we going for Jenny?
Level 18 Chieftain.
We're going for Emma. Because fuck Jenny.
Something is very wrong. Her eyes are striking your soul. Hold on to that feeling or you will be consumed. She wields power you could only dream of, yet her actions betray her nature. Evil, good. Is selfishness for one's own tribe the defining trait? This creature is no goblin. Though her desire lies heavily invested within this tribe, she is far older and far more dangerous than all these servants of hers combined.
Mm-hmm. I'm happy with this results.
You approach the throne. The sprites flutter, their glow illuminating the trunk of this great tree, its roots reaching far below, its branches holding up the dirt ceiling above.
On the throne sits a tiny goblin, smirks as bright as it's threatening.
Her eyes follow you with an intensity, reminds you of a certain pale man. So this is the dragon. Yes, I can see it. Her glare is magnificent.
Cleric Cleric of Norvik. Fuck it, I'm gonna do this.
Cleric of Norvik, of earth and river. Her shrill voice echoes out through the chamber.
Cleric of Norvik, or of earth and the river.
She's talking to you. You're the cleric.
I was assured by your master, the top brass of the palace itself.
Her words are tainted in disdain. Her voice causes you to shiver.
They told me the cleric of the highest standing would arrive within an hour. So tell me, human.
You should run. No, wait, you can't. But you should.
Why am I sitting here waiting?
Tread lightly. You need her on your side. Make sure she knows you're on hers. Every word you say here could have a profound impact on the rest of this quest of yours.
I had an accident. Siskovs, yes, I know about your little trip down the river. That is no excuse. I literally died. She clicks her tongue behind a set of sharp teeth. No excuse. Her frown turns into a weary expression. Whatever!
You're dancing on a fine line. Hers is a frightful presence. Frightful presence. Some powerful creatures have auras that cause fear to those near. To fail means succumbing to mindless terror, along with other annoying effects.
You need to stand. Do not let her impact your stance.
You need to stand. Do not let her impact your stature. You can't take this much longer. You need to get out of here.
You brace your entire being to as you meet her glare.
With trembling innards, you resist. Such an incredible aura emanating from this creature. It must be esoteric in nature.
She lifts her chin. You stand. Good.
She's not impressed. Just happy you did not completely lose your mind.
The dragon leans in her armchair, letting out an exhausting groan. It is a vexing to watch my street descend so far. Are you even aware, clerk, a local business caught up in an inferno in the middle of the day, right on Pill Road? My route! Ah, my time.
The way she says that causes you to tremble.
And yet Magistrate Durham, she spits out the name like it's a curse word. He alone believes that a halfway bridge tribe does not have the jurisdiction over this particular location.
She appears to have been stewing over this annoyance for some time.
Ah. Sorry, some other things were asking for my attention. She appears to be stewing over this annoyance for some time.
Her anger is pure and intense. She's trying to reel it in.
Where is your... and where actually is the tea shop located? Why does Darwin say that? Be careful, because he is a fool born out of nepotism and alcohol. Sick burn.
Sick burn. Horrific slander.
Where is your usual jurisdiction? She leans back and picks up from the... I have an official recognition of law of the lower toadstool.
The definition of that has always been vague. Some see it as anything below ground, some as below water level.
And here, where exactly is the tea shop located? She glares at you. It is or was rented out of a corner in the center fort, just above the holes next to the pillar.
The holes, a common slang for the central spire of apartments in Tolstad. The lower ones are less fancy.
She snaps her finger towards the goblin to her right. Yeah, that means a part of the core foundation of this island fortress. Therefore, the property is legally an underground rental unit, he says, bowing his head. Lady? My people have been handling this damn crown contract for years. But no, suddenly the entire unit goes up in flame. That's when my people no longer have the rights to enter the premise to deal with it, to clean it up even. Now it's suddenly the city's business. We should keep our noses out of it. Corruption, plain and simple. That's one hell of accusation. Don't slander the graduate of law. Sounds shady. A sharp glass stabs you. Normal business in Norvik. And don't get me started on the actual effects of it has on my people. Schnell, she says, beckons towards the comely goblin. He approaches the roots and takes a bow. Ladies, sage leave. He tends to turn to you. The manager, the editor says it was an accidental involving the fireplace failure. They yet to send anyone in to actually investigate the scene. You want to check it out yourselves. Of course. Of course. The lady glances at him, to which he responds by making a nervous face.
He's embarrassed.
The explosion occurred on the 21st of March, just past noon. 3 minor injuries were reported in the area. Luckily, foot traffic was low, and the time of the incident was, despite the massive kaboom, now that folk. Who were the injured? We only managed to get one name in the chaos. A certain Frank, son of Frank, was said to have walked away with Les Barnes.
That's the sort of prefix used by Earthfolk. A human, most likely. It is honorable to name a son after the father.
It's a bit.
Ha, that ain't a real name.
He was apparently dressed in a fancy yellow outfit, whenever that means. Beyond that, we have some conflicting accounts. One person said, quote, "He looked like one of them dungeoneers you hear, a real adventure man," and quote. Another said he was looking to get out of trouble, heading right down the stairs to Water Lane.
Dungeon or water lane?
Frank's son of Frank? Yeah. Really? Yeah. And Dungeonaire? If you believe it, that comment was from one of the military members. It could smart to check out the city below just in case, despite the danger. Down to Water Lane? Yeah, seems like it was heading in that direction through down mean a number of things, Water Lane included. Fancy yellow outfit. I'm seeing some type of redshine fashion. Was he inside at the time? I doubt it, he says, considering the state of the building. Why was he there? We don't know.
He is annoyed to have to answer that question.
Where is he now? We don't know.
They have not located the man, despite major efforts.
Sounded like you were handed a tough hand. Yeah. Although one of the military members mentioned him just calmly walking away down the stairs. Maybe down the crossing or somewhere else. We don't know. Anything else you do know? Move on. Snell gives a nervous look at his master before answering. We have a theory, but we need proof. The lady raises a claw. The unveiling has begun! The unveiling has begun, cleric!
Secrets in the ashes.
Corruption, madness! He clawed at a wooden throne. Politics!
Rambling of fools. Bureaucracy wears her down.
This was clearly the work of a rogue spellcaster, someone who cannot go unpunished.
Justice. Yes. A spell would indeed be the only logical answer for such destruction.
I will bring justice to Norfolk. Can't he deal with it, punched shell? I'll bring justice to Norfolk. I certainly hope so. The lily clears her throat loudly.
Everyone holds their breath when she speaks.
I formally declare a joint venture. The halfway bridge tribe and the Earthguard city cleric shall investigate the dish upon the Bill Roads and bring justice to those who have harmed the peace. No creature foul or fair shall escape my rage. The words seemed seep out from her mouth, burning the air. Every goblin in the chamber looks up upon her in awe. She is there to serve.
The dragon has spoken.
Not solemnly. She looks up you with a grim expression. Shall, she says, waving toward him. Yes, yes, lady, she's leave. He says, bowing his head. You're the handler of the case. You're working on this since explosion. You know more than anyone.
Olala, complimented by his queen.
I want you to represent the tribe in this venture. His face lights up. A goblin and a cleric together will have access to both upper and lower toadstool. Does that?
You're going to have the pretty boy around? Damn, I thought this was going to be fun. His expression is that of shock. He did not expect this.
Do not disappoint me, Cheryl!
It appears you've received a party member on your divine mission. Sad it had to be a damn goblin.
He ignores you. A new member to the party? The golem takes a deep bow. Yes, lady. She says leave. Your will be done. The evil forces at work will vanquish. Huzzah. At your service, lady Sage Leaf. She grins. Yes, you are. Shell takes a step forward. First priority, the tea shop. We need to gain access. A new goblin companion gives you a quick wave. Let's go, cleric. Shell has joined the companion. You can speak with him if you need help finding your way across those. For so much as he told, there's a danger you're missing here. Whoops.
For as much as she told you, there's a danger you're missing here. The lady is keeping information from you.
I investigated the tea shop entrance, but it was shut. Yeah, by historic decree. So you got to ask the coin lord for the passphrase, unfortunately. And we should also look in for that witness. Yes, our Frank dressed in yellow.
He winces. Gods, that's funny.
Either over on Water Lane or down in the city below. Yeah, the port is a dungeon. It's just a port since it's slightly less life-threatening, generally speaking. Or do I get access to the tea shop? Talk to your boss, Barrow. Or I guess not. He's not your drag boss or whatever, but he needs to get audience with him if you want to get inside the tea shop. Yes, let's go. Hmm. We'll find out who he is.
Aleph, Pymia level 6 druid unbothered, moisturized, happy, in her lane. She is focused on her work, but she does not seek strife. She will help you if you do not pose a threat. Her knowledge goes deep far below the city. Learn from her and her loneliness.
Hmm. With that said, I think I can do better than that. Whoa. Ah, faggot. At the top of the garden lookout, you see a strange creature hunching over. She's making.
Ieswikala, Nesson of Tea at the top of the garden lookout, strange creature hunched over. DC 14. Success Qtelligence, she's making potions.
And the thing is doing the googly boogly. And I need to restart it.
Potion, any magical substance ingested for temporary effects.
And Eva is a large red head. Her drooping gaze slowly guides towards you.
Not a hat. She's got an actual mushroom growing out of her skull.
The elf drops a final piece of mushroom into the bowl on the table and gives you a creepy grin.
Elf scary primal overlords of the forest. Rare in Norvik, but they've got their hidden roots all over Asken. Primal, one of the three pillars of magic. It is represented in the natural, wild, savage, and elemental forces of Jor. They cannot be controlled, only bargained with.
Nice corner you got here. Slowly and approachable dramatic fashion, she widens her eyes to reveal piercing red pupils. And her grin widens even more somehow.
Oh gods, she's trouble. She's real trouble. Just look at the side of her head. Look at those ears, white hair, ashen hue. And those eyes.
Cell seems to stand behind a bit.
The goblin is staring into the wall. He looks queasy. In your days, you've only seen a handful of those gangly freaks. The city holds many folk, but elves are both few in numbers and seldom intermingle with lesser races. But look at her. This is no elf of Ilum.
And here we go with the low drop.
Ilum, an ancient elven empire, now a shell of its former self. Once ruled by Ilum the Mender, a walking god who signed a treaty with Earth. Their great woodsland stands at the border between Asken and Reeds. The Mender, a common way to refer to Ilum the Mender, the goddess who established the Ilum Empire. She was kind of a big deal before she died last century. This is an elf of Pymea. Pymea, the elven enclaves who live on the Undercoast, also known as Dark Elves, although that's a bit on the nose. Undercoast, a nickname for the undersea coast. Undersea coast, the gravity-reversed cavern, sea, and archipelago. Right underneath the coast. Dig down far enough and you'll end up passing through the gravity flip, and then you can make the climb to the undercoast.
Hello, Elf. A man delves into the garden. His sets on. A man delves into the garden. His sign sets on mysteries below. Are you that man? Maybe I need to take some candy for the fucking throat. Because my throat. There we go. Yeah, so did you know that? Goblins are not the only ones who whisper underneath. I'm sure there are ghouls and goons as well. Lockdown, what? She tilts her head and constantly large mushroom heads. I'm talking about the plants and such.
The elf stammers? Or is that an idiolect? The elf does not as much stammer as she tastes some words more than others.
She turns around, her red eyes glimmer before her, a mist of spores. Ness Wickleoff the Green. Call me Nessan. I am underling to Earth. That's a mouthful.
Hierophant Apidana. Hierophant Apidana, a legendary archdruid of the Undercoast, known for keeping balance, which usually means stopping any proper seafaring civilization from taking hold of the Dark Archipelago. Dark Archipelago, the thousands of islets and or speleothems found across the Undercoast. Of course, a druid. Druid primal spellcaster, often balance keeping actors across and below the coast, known to commune with flora and fauna.
You are a druid, prove it. You are a spellcaster. She just gives you a goofy smile and nods. I spent my days handling primal force, that which grows and decays. Do you know much of it? Yeah, they went over the basics at the tower. It's a nature-based spirit, right? Like warlockism? It is a nature-based spiritual organism. Spirits do inhabit all living things. Although compared to making a deal with some fiend that can promise you a tree or much more. I can't read that word.
Austere.
Austere. She lost her case for what they realized is first time since she raised it. I would like to hear your tale, Sherman. There's so much to be learned from your folk and your settlement in these bands.
Settlement? It's a great city-state, not some lone village. She speaks as though the Earthfolk's 60-something years of civilization building is nothing but a footnote in her history book.
How sustainable is your lifestyle? You mean me in particular or my people? Both or either? She presses down the mushroom on her bowl, sending a puff of spores into the air.
Sending a third-level evocation spell commonly used as direct communication between powerful individuals, city-states, or arcanists. The Norvikian Sending Office employs many clerics for the express purpose of casting sending across the coast. Sending Office, a house full of clerics casting the sending spell all day. An important tool for long-distance communication.
Sustainable? How do you replenish the resources you consume? And if you do not know how many years until depletion? I'm supposed to know that. I do not mean to exact number of hours or even years until you run out of natural resources. Just an approximation, and perhaps a toll of the impact of others in your vicinity.
To keep one balanced with the primal forces of the land is the only just way to live.
What was your question again? Often folk will eventually chew through this. I personally could live on an apple a day. That's pretty sustainable. Oh, that's not good at all, human. Your kind requires much more sustenance. True statement.
A true statement.
Please consume food.
Please consume food.
No, this guy poses your thumb in there. Your legs are trembling. She shows her worried expression. Care for yourself. Do not let the idealism of the goal hinder a healthy lifestyle. She gives you some of the mushrooms from her bowl. Please eat. It is the Hermosay.
Hedonists, an anarchist movement spawned towards the end of the Coast War. They dealt with abyssal forces and somehow published The Hedonists, an instructional booklet that made its way across the coast.
Listen to your empty stomach.
She's well read, even if it is anarchist rubbish.
She places a palm against the rough floor. O'Brien has helped keep the undersea from being overtaken by unbalancing powers. Demigod, fiends, celestials, your humans, anarchists. Each create a power that not only overtakes their primal, they do so with ease. That's great war your kind waged upon one another delay it, but I do certainly believe it's inevitable.
She speaks of the unsustainable nature of magic.
Don't worry, nature always survives. More often it does, but look at your so-called burned coasts and those cursed lands of Dimor.
Burned Coast, a vast piece of coastline just east of Norvik. It's a charred area filled with volcanic activity and cobalts. It's one of many eternally cursed lands on the coast. It's nearly impossible to travel to Reeds via land because of this area. She means Reeds. Deminor is the old name. She should have called it Old Deminor.
Nature makes it through most things, but there are forces in this world that can wring the life out of every band if it so wishes.
Magic is not what it used to be, but she is wise to stay.
We must stay vigilant. She takes a deep, deliberate breath. Now enough of complimented topics. Tell me, human, do you have a mate?
The elf speaks of nature as a close ally. You should. Wait, what did she just ask?
Well,
Your cheeks clench. No, not good.
your companion takes a few steps further away.
Calm down. This is not a hostile situation.
Elaborate. Of course, I apologize. I was vague, human. I only mean most humans in this settlement grow in pairs. I was wondering if those of your kind do the same, form such a long-term commitment partnership.
She did not have ill intent in her original inquiry.
I am the clerk, I go solo. She lowers her mushroom cap and sighs. I see, this is the same here then. The path of Arrested Guardians is to be alone. Delph stands adding some kind of oil ointment to a mushroom ball.
A strange substance. Golden. Perhaps from some kind of undersea whale? It's just olive oil. Cheap brand.
If this old elf can guide you in any way, make it so. If not, I will return to my toil. What do you know about the tea shop? Only what the roots whisper to me. Delph leans closer, twisting her head to the sides. You must be Delph deep, human. Something rotten happened that day. The green quakes in fear. What's to come, they whisper. Oh, do they whisper anything useful? She leans back and lets out the resistance. You do not speak with trees often, do you?
Insane behavior.
So do you were when it exploded? No, I was much further below. And what do the goblins whisper about? That the city is at fault, the lady chase leaf should taken over. The usual. What do you think happened? I will not deliberate on things I do not know much about.
Refreshing sentiment.
You do not look like an elf. Hey, Schnell, why are you acting so weird? Shut up! He turns away from the mushroom lady. Do not worry, the lady runner here is not a fan of fungi. I'm just keeping a safe distance, alright? It takes a few more steps away.
Your companion must have had a bad experience with mushrooms at some point. You should inquire about that later.
This information can come in handy later for sure. Human! What do elves look like?
Wyme elves are monstrous. Ilum elves are tree-like. Pymea elves are simply gray.
I suppose there are many kinds of elves. She nods. We do not call ourselves that, but to your people, yes, I am an elf.
Pymea dash.
She closes her eyes.
Pymea yo alitena. Tadia.
We are the elves of the stars.
Stars, the occurrence of distant celestial bodies appearing upon the sky. If Antisepalian witnesses are to be believed, many old worlds had skies filled with thousands of these gleaming lights. Antisepalian Old Dimenorian term, meaning before the closing of the gates, used to refer to those who lived before the end of the Gate era, exactly 2027 years ago.
Ah, next year. Gate era.
Gate era, a period lasting approximately 3,000 years. The first era, named after the many gates opened by Jor to connect his realm with all others, ended around 2,000 years ago, if you trust modern scholars. The closing, a term for the closing of the gates, the event which ended the Gate era, occurred exactly 2027 years ago.
Any questions? You speak Elvish. Impressive. Do you speak Elvish? Impressive. She looks at you and aside and back to you. Your grasp on the human tongue is remarkable as well. She is too kind.
She's too kind.
Indeed. Do you people have a great situation below? No. I believe your people would call us nomads. And of course I do get holes and tunnels. There are more than enough even within the viewing distance. Though I'd recommend getting Lady Leaf approval first. Show your primal attunement. You kneel.
You kneel.
Need to prove it.
You need to prove it. Your attunement to nature.
Interesting, yes. She places a bowl from her desk to the ground before you.
You must show what you've learned in your studies. The primal forces are complicated, but you can still sense the tingle of Eurus strings through every branch and mushroom.
Holds your hand over her bowl. As you reach out, the elven hums, She tends to move the bowl even closer to you.
You've attempted this before. It did not go well. You believe. That is all you require. Magic is not an exact science, despite what the instructors in the towers used to tell you. The esoteric in your realm does not conform to rules. That is the only rule they truly follow. Now feel the oily mushrooms inside this bowl. The strings within them, around them. Grab one of them, change it. First, nothing. First, nothing. Then a twinge. Whatever you touched, it is connected with the spores, the growth, the decay. You did little, but you did something.
Delve not. What did I do? You ruined my brew.
Shit.
Whoops, she laughs. You cast it in the fungi in the bowl to change. Additionally, it's suitable, but it's there. Gained item Druidcraft. You perform an act of Druidcraft, human. You use Druidcraft to unlock unique interactions with the nature worlds. The goblin looks on, giving a unrestricted stun expression. Edit? Of course, I'm natural. Aren't you? The contents swirl before you and made the mushroom come to life. She looks up and says, No, they are supposedly to move like that. You did not perform that big of a escort feat? No, not yet, at least. She chuckles and puts the bowl back on her desk. Perhaps you can be one human to share knowledge, if that's you wish. I love plans. Give her a thumbs up. Very well. What do you want to know, human? I want to learn how to speak with animals. That shouldn't be too hard. Speak with animals. Here a spell that is called a grants get you started. Cast it when you are an animal to speak with, and you should be able to hold a conversation as long as you keep it up. What the difference with primal? This Quince stares you for a while. The answers to that could be many. I would lean towards saying that that's the differ only origin, but that origin makes all difference in the world. How do you mean? Sure, that makes sense. Good. I am not too good at teaching. I am more of an exploring aspects. She gives you a slow nod. What is Druidcraft really? I would call it mostly useful path of communicating with nature. It can be used to many things, but for you, it's just focusing on the basics. Using to move peaceful through the roots and to show your balanced nature to those primal spirits roam below. Can Druids create magical food, perhaps? Certainly. There's a spell that was very useful for you since you run all this time. Go to apple to create 5 apples. Each can feed a grown man for a day. Oh, I love apples. Can I have that spell, please? I don't have that spell scroll, sorry. But I do seem to remember I handed one to Moon Gore. You might keep one to the roots of Pew. Moon Gore, oh, I met her at the Bugbear, right? Yes, indeed. How wonderful. She really needs some more social down there. Such a lovely woman. Quite a bite on her.
What is she implying?
The
elf is quite the provoker. Horrible.
How can I get a good apple score spell? Aren't apples real or fake? Good. Move on. Good. Can nature protect me? Of course, with barkskin. I do have a spell scope of it, but it's down in the roots below the garden. If you pass by, take it. Keep cash hidden underneath our Lord Pooh.
Pooh is Elvish for tree.
Some kind of animated tree, I suppose. Something like that. When we have a password, just say, minimum shake penny.
We have a password. Just say, Min Sexicus Pwinny, and he'll open right up.
Okay. You can have the other stuff inside as well, since Sage Leaf wants you to succeed. Oh, great, thanks. You're welcome. She gives you a creepy smile. Just give the password and he will grant you access. What are these primal forces, nature?
Her face says, it is self-explanatory.
That includes but not limited to elementals, life, anything that grows really, that's what exists in the corner of our world. But even after altering, it remains within the general speaking, a clump of ore will be more primal than a forged blade. A short primal emerges from nature energy.
Decent explanation.
Thank you, that's all the magic questions for now. You're very welcome, everyone. That's it, bye bye. Yay, I now have a 4K cantrip. Oh, I got a mushroom. I want to evil do my things, my duties. What other gods are there?
Many. You know a few.
Azrael Ashmask.
Asgul Ashmask was a dwarven god of exiles and egalitarianism.
We're going for some more lore before we do the spell things.
Asgul Ashmask, a dwarf of a low caste born deep in the Lekmurez tunnels. When he attained divinity in 443 AE, he crushed the kingdoms and formed the Asgul Folkhem Forge. On his death in 470 AE, a great civil war broke out, resulting in the exiling of all his followers to the surface. But his influence was felt all around the Undercoast and above, as his exiled dwarves spread Asgulism to all corners of Jor. Dwarf Stout Short Harry loves to dig and build, you know the drill. Heh, drill. They built most of Norvik and have a long history with the Earthfolk. His followers do not pray to him, for he is not even seen as a god by most. A weakling who sacrificed his people for an unattainable foolish dream. Though there are parts of his tale you cannot deny are quite romantic. A lone man, rising against impossible odds. No wonder his followers still rampage across Ascanii.
I'm done. What other gods are there? Prepare spells. And I think this will be a right moment to save. And then to see who is on. Give me one moment. Ugh. He does not follow me, I guess. He's doing some kind of... he's doing that game. Well, that is a fighting game that's also quite story-driven. Even though I'm never ever kind of that thing, but alright. We will be following, sending our lovely people towards Yusuke Yakada. If I'm saying it right. He's a very nice fella. But, let me see if it's even possible. Oh, looks like it is possible. But, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everything in between, whatever you do this time zone, wherever you are, do have the great fun. And before I forget, I need to put it on offline. Yes. Oh, the great fun and Toulouse.
Later. Sorry, one more time. Just want to be absolutely sure. Yo, Wabbajack! Thank you so much. Okay, Jack. I see. It's that man. Okay, right. This man. Yo, Wabbajack, thank you so much for the raid. How are you doing today? You've come into thinking and puzzles and thinking with more puzzles. I'm doing good. Nice. Love to hear it. Okay. Right, so now we have this man. And then he was apparently present here, and then here. So I guess he survived. That and an amazing story so far I've heard of this game. It's got me enthralled. I am trying to figure out, how to put some of the pieces together. I'm at the point now where I have a lot of information, and there's certain conclusions I can definitely come to. But, I need to take all of the information and basically have it make sense in my brain. Have it make sense for all of the stuff that is currently happening. Okay, so apparently we can figure out who this man is. Let's listen. That's not his voice. That is definitely... That's definitely the other people on the other side. Now I'm wondering if it really was the spike that killed him, though. Or if someone accidentally shot him. In my case, I was doing Esoteric Ebb, an amazing story. Oh, yes! Esoteric Ebb is the game inspired by D&D, but also Disco Elysium. Yes, I'm aware of it. I am interested in it. I kind of want to wait until to see if they can add in voice acting, because for a game like that, I think that would really help with potentially covering it and streaming it, so... There's a bullet hole. There's absolutely a bullet hole there. Oh, someone definitely accidentally shot him. Okay, wait. So here's the problem now. I need to try and figure out who shot him. Him on the other side. That guy. That's the guy who accidentally shot him. He was not spiked, he was shot. He was shot by a gun. But we don't know who it is. Gonna do some lurkies? No problem. Have a nice lurk. Thank you so much for the raid again. Who are you, mysterious man? Yo, speaking of raid, yo, Necro.